So last weekend, my buddy Dave and I decided to take a break from our usual routine of binge-watching detective shows and try something a little more adventurous. We signed up for a pottery class in town, thinking it would be a fun and relaxing way to spend a Saturday afternoon. As you can imagine, two grown men covered in clay, trying to operate a pottery wheel, was already its own brand of comedy. But we were determined to create something that would at least resemble a vase, or maybe a mug if we were lucky. As the class went on, our instructor, a quirky guy named Carl who looked like he stepped out of a 70s disco, introduced us to a technique called sgraffito. He explained it as a method where you scratch designs into the clay, which sounded fancy and sophisticated. Dave, always the overachiever, decided to carve a detailed portrait of his cat, Mr. Whiskers, into the side of his pottery piece. Meanwhile, I opted for a more abstract design that could be generously described as modern art. Things took a bizarre turn when Dave, deep in concentration, accidentally knocked over a cup of water onto his masterpiece. In a frantic attempt to salvage his work, he grabbed a nearby sponge to wipe off the excess water, but instead of a sponge, he picked up what turned out to be Carl's toupee. The class fell silent as we watched Dave scrub away at his clay creation with a hairpiece, leaving strands of synthetic hair embedded in the clay like some avant-garde art project gone wrong. After the initial shock and laughter subsided, Carl, ever the good sport, chuckled and said, "Well, Dave, I guess you could say your piece is now a heirloom." The entire class erupted in laughter, and Dave, red-faced and laughing, decided to embrace his newfound technique. He even signed the piece with a single word, "formidable."